My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of The Last Airbender. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I just watched the TV show Avatar The Last Airbender for the first time, and it did take me a bit to get into it, but I ended up really loving it and thought it was just fantastic. And because of that, I'm against this movie being made, period. Like, I do not think we need a live action version. Like, why? Are you going to tell the same story but now with real actors and locations? Why? The story is already fantastic as it exists. Why take a TV show and make it into a movie just so you can skip all the good parts and just rush so many elements of it? Just leave it alone. Leave it as a TV show. Leave it in the medium it was made to be in. Like, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but Last of Us, one of the best stories ever as a video game. But as a TV show, it was shit. And I just think it's okay for stories to exist the way they do. You don't need to make every movie into a TV show. You don't need to make every TV show into a movie. You don't need to make every video game into a movie. It's okay to just let things be. So I'm against this movie being made right there. But if the movie was good, at least I could say it was a good movie. But absolutely not. I've always said the worst movies I've ever seen in my lifetime are Son of the Mask, The Lion King 2019, and Scary Movie 5. And now The Last Airbender. This is legitimately, without any ounce of exaggeration, one of the worst movies ever made. It is just an abysmal disaster in every sense. Like, well, where do we begin? I guess with the fact they tried to take an entire season of television and condensed it into an hour and 40-minute long movie. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, first of all, if you're going to do this movie, just take certain elements. Don't try to recreate the story spot on. Because this movie is just paced in the most atrocious of manners. Like, you can just feel it skipping from scene to scene without any rhythm or flow to it. And just, like, if you're going to change a season of television into a movie, like, at least have the movie be 2 hours, 2.5 hours long. But the movie can't even do that. And in some ways, I'm grateful. But my goodness, the storytelling here is just awful. Because things just happen. There's scenes that happen in some sort of sequence, but there is no real story or focus here. There is no character work here. And there is no world building here. Nothing happens this entire movie. And anytime there might be a little bit of development, it goes to the voiceover. Like, I don't know how this script got approved. It is truly a mystery to me. And there's just no weight to anything. I did not care for any of these characters. They could die and I'd be perfectly okay. And then the movie ends with this climax of Ong making a giant wave, and yeah, that's it. That's the ending. So it doesn't even feel like a complete story. It just feels like it should have said to be continued at the end. Like A New Hope, for example, they don't defeat the Empire at the end, but there is some sort of climax. And you just don't get that here. And then when I get to the characters, well, I already made a joke about, but they literally got Aang's name wrong. They called him Ong. And I looked it up. They knew they got the name wrong, but they wanted to correct it. Like, what? Ong has zero personality. Zero. Like, there is no reason to care for him in any capacity. He's just a blank slate. Then you've got Katara, who is fantastic in the show, and here she just has no character. She's bland, she's boring. And there's not even a hint of romance between her and Ong. And then you've got Sokka, the comedic relief character, and it seems like they made the decision to not make him funny. What? Once again, I'm baffled. Like, this movie is just... Okay, then we get to Zuko, who is such a fantastic character with loads of depths behind him. And in this movie, he's handled in the most abysmal of manners. For such a complex character, you don't get a whiff of that here. Because once again, it just goes from scene to scene. So, like, when he saves Ong, it just seems like it happens for the sake of it. It doesn't seem like there's any inner conflict within the character. And they just seem to skip over that part of his character. And then you get to his uncle Iroh, who I also thought was really bad. And just being honest, there's nothing about the appearance of the actor that looked even remotely like him. So that was disappointing. So just every single character was butchered. And then the world building, they don't put any thought into it. Like, they really don't. There's a scene when all these Earthbenders are doing a whole routine and dance to lift one walk. You kidding me? And there's the Earthbender prison, but they have it on land. Like, wow. The CGI is truly embarrassing. When the movie begins, and you see Katara and Sokka and how they find Aang, they, like, the CGI, the green screen there is so apparent they're on a movie set. And, like, there's just no thought put into this movie. M. Night truly does an atrocious job directing this movie. He just picks the laziest decisions time and time again. The action is completely laughable. Any of the big effects come across like a joke. And it's an hour and 40 minutes long, but it feels like 2.5 hours. The pacing is just atrocious. This movie, I can't think of anything better than atrocious. Like, everything in this movie is embarrassing. There's not a second where I didn't despise watching this movie. It's not even so bad it's good. It's just so bad that it's so fucking bad. Do not watch this movie. It's a terrible adaptation of a fantastic TV show, but even if it was an original movie, it would still be every bit as abysmal. So I'm giving The Last Airbender a 0 out of 10. Okay, have you seen The Last Airbender? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin, out.